Hello, this is going to be a tarot and oracle card reading for Aries. So if you have Aries in a major chart placement, this reading could be for you. So it's Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Either way, it is a general collective reading, not a personal, so you need to use your intuition to know if this reading is for you or what parts are for you. Plus, it is meant to be timeless, which means I don't think it matters when I create or post a reading. What truly matters is when you found it. When you found it is when you were supposed to see it. Okay, so we have oh, that's a lot of cards. Can we just get one, please? Okay, so we have some situation where you had formed an opinion. You would form feelings and an opinion about something because of something that happened in your past. Something in your history. So we're talking about that, but also we're talking about your intuition too. So using your intuition to protect you. So you might be like trying to protect yourself in a situation based on your intuition, but also based on kind of a filter you have, or lenses. You know, you're wearing glasses. You're seeing a situation based on your attitude about something that happened to you in your past. But you're also using your intuition to try and protect you. So it's like you're trying to protect yourself. You might also be trying to follow signs and synchronicities from spirits. You might be looking into astrology or, getting your horoscope, and you're trying to let these things guide you. So again, it's your intuition, it's signs and synchronicities, but it's also something about like, okay, this happened to me in my past, or you even have a history of this. So this could have been something that happened again and again and again. So you're like, okay, I'm taking that along with my intuition to try and figure out what to do. Yeah, many thoughts about or from. The awareness of communicate, analyze, let your mind tell. Okay, so you're analyzing, or you need to do this, analyze the situation, and you're like, okay, this happened in my past, so I'm going to learn from this, and I'm going to use my intuition. I'm going to follow these signs and synchronicities. So that's what I'm getting. You have a lot of thoughts. You have a lot of things running through your head. Cancer might be significant. Mercury might be significant. Let's see. So you're analyzing it. There is something here about needing to communicate with somebody, but like communicating with them, but then analyzing the situation based on things that have happened to you, and also your intuition. But there might, maybe it's also saying like, I don't know if it's trying to warn you, like, that you created like a false trigger based on something of your past, or are they just trying to say, hey, learn from your past and use your intuition. Analyze the communicate, but then analyze the situation. Let your mind tell you what to do. So maybe follow your thoughts, follow your intuition on the situation. Your intuition and your thoughts. Yeah, you need to learn from the past. Now we have signs again, planets. And there's a need for you to do something your own way. Like not let other people tell you what to do with regard to the situation, using your own willpower. Do what you think you should do. So communicate, analyze the situation, learn from the past, use your intuition. This is something you're desiring, or follow your desires. There's something here about those things that happened in the past creating a maturity, like you learning from life experience. And then it cautions you to not make the same mistake. There's a need for you to be realistic about a situation. You're concerned about something, and it's telling you must wait before moving forward. There's limits imposed here. So I mean, it could be that you're analyzing the situation, you've communicated with somebody, or you need to, you're analyzing the situation, you're learning from your past, you're letting your intuition guide you as well. You need to do it your way. But it might create some blocks, some barriers, some limits, because you're feeling like there's caution. But that's because you've learned your lesson. You're concerned about this. So, be realistic about it. Yeah, you must wait before moving forward, because your experience and intuition is telling you there's a little bit of caution. So wait before moving forward. Figure out what you need to do. Do it your own way. Do what you think is best. There is something about your desires resulting from the honesty and strength of. You do have Aries. This is a reading for Aries, right? Yeah, cool. You have your sign here. So this is you. Following your desires. Your desires might have been influenced from things that happened in the past. Being honest with yourself about your desires, being honest with yourself about the past and what it means and how you should move forward. And then also the strength you have because you've been through this. If you do those things, if you learn from the past, trust your intuition, and you're realistic about the situation, wait, analyze it, communicate, analyze, and then let your mind tell you what to do, but wait for the limits that were imposed to be, lifted, or for you to feel like it's not there anymore before you move forward. Yeah, there's caution. So slow down. You learned lessons, you became mature. So if you follow what you've learned, there won't be any trouble here. You might have anxiety that history is going to repeat itself. We have the North Node versus the South Node. So there's something, now is not the time to. So there is a situation here where, it is a cycle that's been repeating itself. So, and we do have, you must wait before you can, and now is not the time to. Reconsider. Remember something that happened. Remember a cycle that's repeating itself. So you should wait. But if you wait, follow your intuition and analyze the situation, you won't have any trouble. So you don't need to be anxious. You need to work on maybe some shadow work here. There's this dragon here, which to me is like an inner dragon. Have the strength. Don't just follow your desires. This is something you're desiring. But you're like, well, I don't know. This history just keeps repeating itself. Yeah, you're right. So follow your intuition, analyze the situation, communicate and analyze. Wait on it. Eventually you can do whatever your mind thinks. So if you're thinking you should wait, you should. Remember what happened. Reconsider moving forward. Now is not the time. But if you wait and communicate and follow your intuition, there won't be trouble in the future. You won't be bringing any extra trouble. You have to wait for certain energies. It says energies to meet the challenge of. So the challenge of your desires regarding. So you have to wait for certain energies to like catch up. Something about honesty and strength. Yeah. Okay, so whatever the deck do I want to use. Let's use this one. An interesting reading. And I know I repeat myself. I apologize if that's annoying. I do that because it helps me to formulate the message. And I think some things need to be, you know, repeated for you to kind of take it in. And if I repeat something, it means it's important, I think, as well. That if I just say it once, maybe it goes in one ear and out the other. So I repeat so that you will remember it. Repetition is how we learn things and remember things. Yeah, education. We have being educated. So there's something here also about you getting educated. This will help you with abundance. This is number 35. 3 and 5 is 8. 8 is abundance. So there's this little fairy coming out of this book, like I don't know, like this is magical information coming out. So something magical will happen if you get educated in this situation. So again, taking time to remember what's happened in the past, analyze the situation. And then once you've communicated and analyzed, then letting your mind tell you what to do. But waiting, it's not the time just yet. Do be concerned about the situation, be realistic about the situation. But as long as you think things through and follow your intuition and what your mind's telling you and get educated on the subject, there's not going to be any trouble. In fact, there might be some kind of abundance here, things coming to light, you learning things about the situation. So definitely meditate on whatever this is. There's some situation you need to meditate on. And ask yourself why you're desiring this. Doing things your own way here, not letting people tell you what to do. Using your willpower, your strength to get through this or to figure out what to do. Anything else from this deck? Getting educated, and that doesn't mean going to school necessarily. That just means learning what you can. Yeah, you feel stuck in this situation. Yeah, learning details about a situation will bring you good luck. We have details. It says clarity, important notes. So going over important details to get clarity. Maybe you wrote notes about this situation. Maybe you wrote in a journal and you need to read a journal to remember what happened in the past. And history repeats itself, right? So if you've had a similar situation, history will repeat itself if you don't learn the fucking lesson. The lessons keep coming at us until we learn the lesson. That's when we get to go in the new cycle. There's a compass here. So spirit is wanting to guide you, or this journal, or you looking at the past, studying the past. That's why they teach history. So the history doesn't repeat itself, although we keep letting it. Will bring you good luck, will bring you abundance. A little mouse on there with a little party hat. Okay, just little details. So you're stuck in the mud, but there'll be a message that's going to give you motivation to try and get unstuck. This might be in a love situation because this is 24, which breaks down to 6. 6 is love, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, if I got lots more cards that said love, I'd say maybe, but we have ride the wave. So in the meantime, I guess while you're analyzing, communicating, just go with the flow. Don't try to fight the situation. Just go with the flow. There's going to be change. We have 1 ring circus. This is 15, which breaks down to 6. So another love situation. So this could be love. So yeah, it could be a love situation. And maybe you've dealt with this situation with this person again and again, or with another person, and it's just learn from the past. Don't do the same thing. What is the doing the same thing over and over again is the definition of insanity? Expecting different results when you're doing the same thing. So do something different. The opposite of what you have done in the past. 1 ring circus. So what does that tell me? Is this person's like, it reminds me of, I did a reading recently where I think it was a General Collective, like a short TikTok or whatever, where it said that the person you're dealing with is putting on a show. That's what it reminds me of, like putting on a show where this person's just a mess right now by themselves. Maybe you're feeling like you're a mess. I don't know. Could have to do with love. There is another half moon here, so something being partially illuminated. I mean, elephants are super smart though. We have 2 elephants here, 2 different cards that have elephants. So even though you're stuck in the mud and you're going to be receiving this message like of encouragement or maybe giving you an answer, you're smart, you're intelligent. Use that intelligence. You know, we have the analyze, we have your own thoughts. Let your mind tell you how to. So let your mind, so maybe think with your head over your heart in this situation. So if you have done the same thing over and over again, think with your head this time, not your heart. Maybe you've been this 1 ring circus. You've been kind of a mess by yourself, but you're smart. Or you're sitting on, she's sitting on this elephant. Elephants are wise. You're sitting on wisdom. But you might also feel like you're stuck here because this elephant's on this rock and he's stuck in the, you know, this one's stuck in the mud. This is stuck on this rock. So maybe you feel like you're in the middle of situation, kind of stuck and have no way out, but you're sitting on wisdom. So use that wisdom that you're sitting on. By yourself. You're a 1 ring circus. You or this person is a 1 ring circus. So let's use this deck here. Go over the details. If you have a journal from a past relationship, go over it with a fine-tooth comb to try and decide, what should I do different this time? What did I do before to get the result that I didn't want to get? What should I do different? Maybe it's so easy that you don't even have to go over the details, but make time for self-love. So you loving yourself is important here. Push through any insecurity. So you might feel insecure and feel like you don't have the answers when in reality you do. You have a lot of wisdom because of what you've been through. Talk less, feel more. So we did have communicate, maybe let them talk, hear them, feel. There is something about using your wisdom and your mind, but maybe you should also use your intuition and your feelings as well. Yeah, work through your feelings. So the feelings you're feeling, they could be clouding things as well, and you might need to work through them because there is something here about you healing, right? There is something about you learning from the past, but also maybe it gave you certain feelings that have made you scared to move forward, made you scared of your own decision-making skills. But they're like, no, you have the wisdom because you've been through this. Breathe through the tension. So there is a need for you to meditate and breathe. This obviously is a very tense decision, tense situation. All right, so in the first part of my readings, if you're new to my readings, we always do like long-term, you know, like what's going to happen or what do they want to tell you. And I feel like they're telling you as long as you do what's suggested here, there's not going to be any trouble. So if you're anxious about it, there's really no need to be anxious. So breathe through the tension, breathe through the anxiety. Things are going to be coming to light here. If you dig into your mind or journal or wherever you wrote these ideas, attitudes, face the attitudes from the past, what happened in the past. Get educated on the past will help you get unstuck in this situation. So anyway, the first part of my readings are long-term. The second part of my readings, we go into a bonus extended where we ask spirits what's going to happen in this situation in the next 6 months to a year sooner. So if you do what spirit's suggesting, what's going to happen? I don't feel like they've given us an answer on that too much other than to say there won't be trouble if you follow their advice. They're giving you a lot of advice. This is more advice than telling you what's going to happen. So we will look into what's going to happen in the next 6 months to a year sooner and get maybe more advice. Or find out what spirit thinks you need to do to make this smoother or to learn this lesson. Just get lots more advice. So if you want to watch the bonus extended, go down below, click the link that takes you to my Patreon. Okay, so we have, you need to be, I guess, humble. It says humility, and know that you've developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are on the same but different paths. So you're like on similar paths, but they're different. So stay humble. Don't get a spiritual ego. So if you've gone through spiritual awakening, if you're a twin flame, try to stay humble and know that you guys, everybody's on the path to enlightenment. Everybody's on the path to love, but you might be on a different path because maybe you've been through lives. If you're a twin flame, you've probably been through many lives. If you're an earth angel, you've probably done this before, and that's how you can help people because you have this experience, but you need to stay humble because, you know, we're still human. We have peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. So they want you to try to stay balanced, be kind with people and yourself. We definitely have to make time for self-love. So you do need to be kind to yourself, love other people. This will bring peace and calmness to your soul. So that's what we have for the first part of the reading, but let's get a lot more juicy details. Let's get a lot more things that can help you make this decision or bring about a good outcome, something that's not going to bring you trouble, maybe even bring you abundance and good luck here. So when is it going to happen? What do you need to know? What can you do to make the situation better? That's what we're going to go over in the bonus extended reading. So if you want to know more, make sure that you watch that. Go down below, click the link that takes you over to my Patreon. If you want a personal reading from me, they're only $20 and up. I make a video just like this one, upload it to YouTube as private, and send you the link within a day or two for the personals. If you want one of those, you can go to my website, www.bossasswitch1111.com. The link is down below in the description box, down below as well. So meet me over in the bonus extended where we find out more about what Spirit's wanting you to know.